So till the time the rest of the people join, what we will do is we will do a quick revision of all the commands that we have seen, and then we will start with GitHub. Okay. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, so I've created a new folder called revision. Now this is revision from the beginning, right? So to create a new repository, you just right click on the folder and do git bash. Okay, so I'm assuming that you have already installed git on your system. Okay, so once this is there, then now this time I want to hear from you guys what will be the answers. Okay, so I will be picking out people, and let me just get the participant list. Okay. Okay, so let's begin with Aftab. Aftab T Coms. Can you tell me what is the command to create a new repository? Git init. Okay, very good. So let me start with git init. Okay, so I have initialized a empty repository. Okay, so now Anwar Beg, what is the command to check the status of your repository? Git status. Very good, Anwar. Okay, before that, Shaista is asking, sir, in my case, I get that master line every time I open Git bash. Yes, whenever it's a new folder, you will not get master. But once you have created your repository, you will always get master. Okay, or the name of the branch, whatever is currently there, without even initializing. That is not possible. Okay, it's possible when your outer folder. Okay, so wherever, like for example, I have this folder revision. Okay, so in this case, revision is a git repository, right? So what I think you must be doing is you're creating a new folder inside this folder. Okay, let's say test, and you're creating, going inside this and creating another git repo. Okay, so that may create a problem. Okay, so maybe that because of that it is showing you master every time. Okay, so let me just go back and delete this. Okay, and get back to git bash. Okay, so now I want to create a new file. Okay, I don't want to open any editor or anything. Obviously I can use a notepad or Visual Studio Code or anything, but I just want to edit. I just want to create a new file, only create a new file. Ashwin Tiwari, what will be the command? I will ask the question to Ashwin Tiwari. Okay, Adnan Sheikh, how to create a file? I want to create a file. Okay, it is not anything related to git. It is related to basically bash. that is git bash. So in the last week, I have shown you this command, touch. Okay, so touch is basically a system command used to create a file on your system. Okay, so with touch you can create any file. Let's say, for example, hello.txt. Okay, so if I press enter, and if you do ls, ls is to check the contents of your directory. Okay, so if I press ls, you can see there is hello.txt. Okay, now any idea or what is the command to create a directory? This you must be knowing from 12th 10th standard. You must have learned DOS. Yes, very good. It is mkdir, make directory. Okay, so let's call it, let's say, css. Okay, so now if I do ls, you can see I have a css/ folder and a file called hello.txt. Okay, so till here everything is fine. Now I want to, now this was just basics of bash. Okay, now let us get back to git. Now I want to put this inside the git repo. Okay, right now they are not under git repo. So just to show you that, I will just run git status, and you can see there is one file which is untracked. Okay, now I want to add these things to the git repo. Okay, so whenever you want to put it inside git repo, there are two commands that you should run. What is the first one?
Git add.
Git add, very good. So git add and the name of the file. Okay, so here in
Or
the
full stop.
yeah, git add hello.txt, that is the file name. If you want to add a single file to the staging area, or if you want to add everything, then normally we use git add dot. Okay, so if I press enter, everything is in the staging area. I do a git status, and you can see now it says, instead of untracked, that was previously untracked, now it is new file. It is now in the staging area. Okay, now I want to commit. Now to commit, the command is git commit -m first commit. Okay, so git commit is the command to take files from the staging area to the git repo. Okay, and -m is the flag used to put a message. Okay, and a message is compulsory in git commit. If I press enter, you can see it has been committed. Now if I run git status, it says working tree is clean, everything is perfect. Okay, so now this part, this is what you do continuously. Okay, and you keep on adding files, remove files, add files. Okay, so once that is done, what you do to go back? What is the command you do to go back?
Checkout.
Okay, what other commands are there?
Revert.
Revert and reset, right? So basically there are three commands to go back. Okay, that is checkout, reset and revert. Now checkout does not actually what do you say, go back. It actually goes back, but not in that sense. It just shifts your head to that particular state. Okay, so basically everything is there as it is. You are just it's like you are browsing uh, your history. Okay, so you're going back in history and finding out what all changes are then. So that is basically git checkout. Now git reset and git revert, these are the two things which we use to go back a step. Okay, so git reset, we do git reset when it is much more like a destructive going back. Okay, so if you do git reset hard, then you go back and all the commits that are before that particular commit to which you have gone will become an orphan childs. Okay, so because of this, it will be then later on deleted after 30 days. That's why we usually do not do git reset hard. Okay, and if you are very sure, then you can do git reset hard. What if you want to do git so if you want to preserve the history and you don't want to remove anything, then you go for git revert, which is basically doing the same thing. It is going back, but it is not actually going back. It is going back by going forward. Okay, so basically it is taking the contents of the previous commit and creating a new commit. Okay, so in that way everything is preserved. Okay, so you in future, if you want to go back, you can always go back. Okay, so now this completely depends on what is your preference, whether to use git reset or git revert, because git reset makes your repository look clean, whereas git revert makes it a little bit messy. Okay, next what we have seen, okay, so I wanted to show you one more thing. And now before we move ahead, let me do one more commit. Okay, so let me do touch. uh, okay, better. I will open that file. Okay, okay, this is the time I think I should show you. uh, Wait, I will show you that later. I will open this folder, revision folder, and you can see right now I have a CSS folder and a hello text. I'm going to open this in the notepad and I am going to write hello, save it, come to git bash, okay, and let me commit this. So git add git commit, let me call it as second commit. Okay, now I'm going to open the file again and let me do world. Okay, so git world. Now I do git add git commit, let me say third commit. Okay, now can anyone tell me, Adarsh Med, can you tell me how to find out how many commits are there in my git? Adarsh. Is Adarsh there? Yes, Atia. Yes, Artem, it's correct. Akshaya Samant, what is the command? Okay, Adarsh, that is correct. It is git log. So basically, whenever I want to find out how many commits I have done till now, I would use git log. Okay. So now you can see I have 3 commits: first commit, second commit, third commit. Okay. Now one thing I forgot to mention is, in fact, I have included that in the PPT, but I have not shown you the demo. it is like this. If you don't want, because what happens is when you start committing regularly, you will have lots of commits in your repository, right? So it is not possible to view in this format. So what we do is we call something called as one line. Okay, so in git log, if you add this flag, just see what happens. Okay, so this is much more, better, because you can see the hash of your commit. Okay, and you can also see the comment that you have put on the commit. Okay, and this is much more compressed version of your git log. Okay, that is what git one line means. Okay, another thing to note, very important, is you can see the commit id over here and the commit id over here. Okay, so basically are they both different? If you look at this, this is same as this. Okay, so basically what git is doing is it is shortening it down so that you don't have to type huge amount of characters. Anyhow, we are not typing, we are just copying and pasting it. But if you want to type it, then this is much easier. Okay, now you may ask, then what if another commit has the same hash? Okay, so it is very unlikely to have that, but even if it has, you can see the actual commit id is very huge, and the chances of getting this again is impossible. Okay, and if you look at this, these are always unique. Okay, even if there are only few characters, they are always unique. These are the starting characters of the commit id. Okay, so you can see. Okay, the another command we saw was this will not be much help right now because we don't have any branches as such right now. But if there are multiple branches, then if you want to see the commits of all the branches, then you can do git log one line all. Okay, or just all. Okay, all flag will give you all the commits, but right now we do not have any branches, so we are not getting any changes as such. Another thing that I've shown you was uh, you can combine the various flags as you like. Okay, another thing I showed you was graph. Okay, now graph helps you in showing the way the branching is happening. Okay, so right now also we don't have any branches, so it is not that efficient right now. Okay, so let's move ahead. Okay, now what I wanted to show you is, now if you recall, I have this hello.txt, which is currently hello world. Okay, and in the last step it was hello, if you remember, right? So now I want to go back. I don't want world in my text file. I want to reset it. Okay, so as I have already told you, to reset you have two options. Okay, either you do git reset hard or you do git revert. Okay, now the third thing that I wanted to show you is, in fact many of you have asked me in the first week. Okay, that what if there is, I want to go back and get one file. Okay, there is some changes in one file only, so do I have to do a git reset of everything? So that is not required. Basically I will show you that how you can do that right now. So let's suppose I want the file of the second commit. Okay, I want to get hello.txt from the second commit. Okay, so instead of going and doing git reset hard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the file. Okay, I'm going to get the file only. Okay, only the file, nothing else. Okay, so it may have thousands of files in the repository. Okay, but I am going to get only hello.txt. Okay, so to get one file out of the to the previous state, then what you do is git checkout. Okay, then you find the commit id. Okay, so in this case, either this or the long commit id. What is the long commit id? This one. Okay, anything will do. So let me take this. I will copy this, paste it over here. paste it over here. Okay, and then you put the file name. Okay, so hello dot text. Okay, so now what this does is, if we just run, you can see what has happened. If I open this, you can see it has only it gave you back all the contents that was there in that particular commit. Okay, so with this command, just using git checkout, everything else will remain as it is. Only hello.txt is taken from the last commit, whatever the commit ID you're giving, and updated. Okay, and it is updated. If you do git status now, you can see it says modified. Okay, that means it is now updated to the last state. Okay, now let's suppose you don't want you opened this and suddenly you realized array, that was the previous one was correct. Okay, so hello world was perfect. I don't want this, so what to do? Okay, what should be the command to undo this? Any idea? Anyone? It's simple. I will simply do git reset hard. Okay, so now if I open this file, it regains everything. Okay, so what basically I have done in this particular example is, this is just to show you that it is possible to get single file from the previous commit also. Okay, you don't have to actually always do git reset hard or git revert, okay, to get back the file. Okay, so you can always do, if you know that you just want to recover one file from the previous commit, then you can do something like this: git checkout, the commit ID, and then the file name. Okay, now there is one more step in between that is optional. Okay, that is these two dots. Okay, now you may ask why these two sorry, dashes, not dots, dashes. Okay, so why you require these two hashes? It is not required. Okay, now just imagine you have now by default, if you have if you don't have this, okay, if you don't have double dashes, then this hello text can mean a name of a branch also. Okay, you can name a branch hello.text also. Okay, so that's why, to specify that you are requesting for a file only, you can just add this. Okay, if you feel that uh, hello.text, there is a branch named hello.text and you don't want to git to misinterpret, so you can purposefully say that double dash means you are looking for a file and not a branch. Okay, so this is optional. Okay, now usually in our case it will not happen that we will have the name of a file and name of a branch same, but if it ever happens, then you can use this double dash. Okay, okay, so this is one thing that you have asked in the last in the first week. The second thing, I don't remember who has asked this question. The second thing I remember is, I think it was in the last week. Okay, so if I do checkout, okay, if I do checkout and go to, let's suppose, where should I go? I go to the second commit. Okay, so let me just copy this and go to second commit. Okay, so now if I do git log one line, okay, let me do one line, you can see that currently my head is at the second commit. Okay, but I cannot see the the third commit. Why? Because your git log will always show you from the beginning to the place where your head is currently at. Okay, so the head is currently at second commit, so after that it will not go. Okay, now to show everything you can always add all. Okay, so you can see now I have the third commit also, and right now your head is at second commit. Okay, so all the files inside this will be of the second commit. So now once I am in the second commit, and let's say you want to change this in some way. Okay, so obviously one another thing that you can do is you can create a branch at this particular place. Okay, so you can what you can do is you can do a git branch. Okay, so let's call it add to second. Okay, so I have just created a new branch called add to second, and now I am going to check out. I want to go to that particular branch. Okay, so to go to that particular branch, again the command is git checkout. Okay, so git checkout has lots of advantages. Okay, so I will do git checkout add to second. Okay, now I am on add to second, right? And now I can change this. Okay, so let me add somehow I some changes I have done. I will create a new file also. Okay, so I have done two changes. I have edited hello.txt and I have edited I have added a file called test.txt. Okay, now I have done two changes over here. Right now I'm going to do a git commit -m add to second. Okay, and okay, I have not any idea what is the what I have done wrong. Yes, exactly. I have to always, before running git commit, I have to always do git add. Okay, so without staging you cannot go ahead. So I will just do git commit and I am done. Okay, so now let me check git log. And you can see it is showing me these things, but I want to see a much more detailed view. Okay, so I can add graph, then I can add all to show everything, or master branch as well as the feature add to second branch. If I press enter, you can see how it shows. Okay, so first commit, then second commit, after that there was a branch. Okay, after the second commit, one goes to master and another goes to add to second branch. Okay, so there are two branches. Now another command that I have shown you is git branch. That will show you how many branches you have, and that star shows you which branch you are currently on. Okay, now if you want to go back to your master branch, the command is git checkout. The name of the branch is master. Okay, if I press enter, I'm switched back to the master branch. If I do git log again, you can see the difference. Now the head is at master and previously the head was at add to second. Okay, now everything is perfect. Now I have done changes in my second commit. I went to second commit, created a branch, done some changes, and now I'm ready that to be included inside master. Now how to do it? I want to add that to the master. How to do it? Anyone? Yes, Adarsh. The command is merge. Okay, git merge. Now there are two ways of doing this. One is git merge and another way is, I've shown you two methods of combining the data.
Rebase.
Yes, yes. Who was that?
Saqib.
Saqib. Very good. So there are two methods. One is merge, one is rebase. Merge, I have explained in the last one what is the advantage of using merge and what is the advantage of using rebase. Okay, rebase is just changing your root base to the current committed base. Okay, so there are some advantages, some disadvantages also. Okay, so I have explained that in the last video, but I personally prefer to use merge. Okay, it is completely your choice. Whichever you feel correct for your project, you can use it. Okay, so let me just so whichever you have to be on the branch to which the merge has to take place. Okay, so I want everything from the add to second to be merged into master. Okay, so I'm going to be in the master, then I'm going to run git merge and the name of the branch from where the data is to be pulled. Okay, so the data to be pulled from add to second. Okay, so if I press enter, so it says everything is done, but there was a conflict in which file, hello.txt. Okay, I purposely did this because if you are editing the same file again, then the conflict will occur. Okay, so that conflict now you have to resolve. And if you look at the test.txt file, that has now arrived. Okay, but if you look at over here, this is the conflict, and the conflict says there are three sections that is very important: the head section, the tail section, and the middle section. Okay, so the head section, the between the head and the middle section is what was there in the original the source, sorry, not the source, in the master branch. Okay, to which you were trying to merge, and this was there in the place where you started, you got the merge from. Like for example, this is from add to second branch. Okay, and this was inside master. Okay, so now as a developer, it is your duty to decide which one do you want. Okay, so let us suppose I don't want hello chalo. Okay, I've just removed all this. You have to remove everything from here. You have to remove this flag also and save. That's it. Okay, now your conflict is resolved. If you now do git status, you can see there is a new file added, test.txt, that doesn't have any problem. And hello.txt had a conflict. Now we have resolved it. Now only thing I have to do is do a git add and git commit. Okay, whenever there is a conflict, your merge doesn't work, so you have to do it manually. Okay, so now if I look at my git log graph all, you can see the diagram very nicely. Okay, so basically first commit done, second commit done. After that there was a branch created. Okay, then I did third commit on the master branch. Okay, and in the add to second commit, there was a commit called add to second. Okay, and then finally right now I have merged it and I have my new commit, merge commit. Okay, so this is what we have done in the last lecture. Okay, so git merge abort. Khan Fazal is asking what is git merge abort. Okay, so I if there is a conflict, I think whenever you want to you don't want the merge to happen. I'm not sure about this. I've never used git merge abort. Okay, so I will usually simply do reset and get back my data rather than doing git merge abort. So I have personally never used git merge abort. Okay, So any doubts till here? So in the next session onwards, we will start with GitHub. Okay. Any doubts till here? Then I will clarify. Are there any doubts? The most important part that I wanted to show you was how to recover a single file from a previous repo using the git checkout command. Okay. So I hope you have understood that. Any other doubts? Okay. So I will stop this share. We will start immediately. You can rejoin again.